Lamplight Audiobooks presents Trickster by Sam Michaels, narrated by Deirdra Whelan. Prologue.
"Leave it out," the man protested. "We don't want to be messing with the likes of Georgina Garrett. She's dangerous. Some say she's mad, and if we don't want to end up in body bags, we should stay well away from her." "Oh, you a bleeding fairy? She's a woman, and I ain't letting her stand in my way." "Sod off, Liam, I ain't a fairy. I like women, not men. But that Georgina is one woman I'm not messing with." "Fine. Suit yourself. I'll find someone else to do the job with, someone who ain't yellow-livered like you." "Do that. It's your funeral," the man snapped, thinking as he marched out of the pub that if the idiot was stupid enough to go up against Georgina Garrett, that's how he'd end up. In a coffin. From what he'd heard, and rumours were rife, Georgina had been born on the day that the war had been declared. Though she may not have come out fighting, she was a force to be reckoned with now. He didn't know what it was, but something must have happened to turn her into the ruthless, heartless bitch who ruled the streets of Battersea. He would have liked to know the full story, to know what happened to Georgina Garrett from the day she was born. But of course that was impossible. You didn't ask questions about her. Not if you expected to live. Part 1. The Birth of Georgina Garrett. Chapter 1. London, Battersea, 5th of August 1914. Sissy Garrett doubled over in agony as another contraction ripped through her skinny body. She grabbed hold of the butler sink for support, panting hard as beads of sweat formed on her pallid skin. "God help me," she ground out through gritted teeth and rubbed the under part of her hugely swollen stomach. Her violet eyes were wide with fear, and her heart-shaped face was contorted in pain. At 22, this was her first child, and it had been long waited for. She looked down at the puddle of water that was seeping through the worn floorboards. Her contractions had come on quickly and taken her by surprise. Now, as she stood in the small shared scullery, her heart hammered in panic. Mr. and Mrs. Linehan lived upstairs with their toddler, but Sissy knew they were out. Alfred Linehan would be working, running errands on the street, and his wife, Lillian, had said she was going to stay at her sister's for a few days. Sissy was all alone, on the cusp of giving birth, and silently cursed Jack again. Her husband frequently did a disappearing act, and came and went as regular.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?